Maar we beginnen met een bijzondere groep en een bijzondere vocaliste. Zij komt oorspronkelijk uit New York en begon haar carrière in de band van Luther Vandross. En ze is te horen op platen van mensen als Candy Staton, Eddie Kendricks, Lou Reed en nog vele anderen. En vanavond speelt ze met een hele goede jazzformatie uit Nederland, de band Jazz Action. En die ga ik nu per lid aan u voorstellen. Achter de drums, Wout Schut. De bas, Ferial, Karamat. Piano uit Kenia, Kim Thuita. De saxofonist is Ziggy, Zaagsma. And also a special welcome to our vocalist, the great Christine Wiltshire.
Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. And I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get so misty holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or is it the sound of your hello? That music I hear, I get so misty. Ooh, whenever you're near. You can say that you're leading me up, but it's just what I want you to do. Can't you see that I'm hopelessly lost? That's why I'm following you. I am following you on my own as I wander through this wonderland of love. Never know with my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. I get so misty, baby, and too much in love. Hey, sun out of the sky. It's just impossible. It's impossible. Teach a baby not to cry. It's just impossible. Can I hold you closer to me and not feel you going through me? Skip a second that I never think of you. Oh, how impossible. Can the ocean keep from rushing to the shore? It's just impossible. If I had you, could I ever ask for more? It's just impossible. And tomorrow, if you asked me for the world, I would get it. I would sell my very soul, and I would not regret it. 'Cause to live without your love, it's just impossible. Rushing to the shore. Oh, it is just impossible. If I had you, could I ever ask for more? It's just impossible. Tomorrow, if you asked me for the world, I would get it. I would get it. I would sell my very, very soul, and I would not regret it. 'Cause to live without your love, it's just impossible. Impossible.
Saxofoon Ziggy Zaagsma, drums Wout Schut, bas Ferial Karamat, Kim Thuita aan de keyboards en vocals Christine Wiltshire. Nog één keer een applaus.
Hallo.
And now I'm going to talk to Christine. Very, very warm welcome to Nick Vollebregt. You've seen all the pictures on the wall here of people who played here.
Yes. Very impressive.
And yeah, it's one of the most famous clubs in Holland. And like I said, there's a great variety of music going on here. But having said that, looking at your track record so far, you've worked with an amazing amount of people from very different colors and styles. How was it to be a session singer with such a large list of great names?
It was fun. It was a learning experience. It's I got to work with so many different talented people, and I was lucky to basically start out early with a producer by the name of Patrick Adams, who just gave me a lot of free rein to do a lot of his vocal arrangements and contract the vocalists. Mm-hmm. So I learned to put certain voices together, and I had creative ability, and it just helped when I went to work for somebody else. You know, it was so much easier to fit in and yeah.
How did you first start being a professional musician?
Oh, gee. You know, when you're little and you just say, well, you know, when I grow up, I want to be. I used to watch the Ted Mack Original Amateur Hour and the Ed Sullivan Show. Yeah. And, yeah, I'm that old.
Well, they get repeated all the time.
And I pictured, I just pictured myself doing that. I wanted to sing, always wanted to make music. And even when I went in the military, I joined the Air Force Band and sang while I was in there. Okay. So when I came out, I just started walking the streets and going to the clubs and meeting people to get into the clique. And eventually, you meet this one who knows that one and blah, blah, blah. And met people in elevators. That's how I met Patrick. That's how I met Lou.
Yeah, Lou Reed.
That's how I met Lou Reed.
Because some of you may not know this, but Christine is actually one of the vocals on Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed. Was it fun to work with him?
Yeah, actually it was. And it was very quick. Unfortunately, I was supposed to go out on the road with him. Like I said, I met him in an elevator. And from the elevator, we went right to the studio. Because, in conversation, he says, hey, are you a singer? And I said, yeah. He said, hey, you want to make some money? And I said, sure. And so I went, and he put me in a hallway with a big 1940s microphone because he wanted the echo from the stairwell and not from a machine. Mm-hmm. And he had me do all the vocals on, all the doo-doops on Walk on the Wild Side.
Nice. Well, I could interview you for hours because the list is enormous. You worked with, like we said, Lou Reed, with Robert Palmer, John Lennon, Yoko, Kenny Staton, Kid Creole, Herbie Mann. Well, I got to stop now, otherwise we'll fill up the whole show. But what did all these people have in common?
Talent. Each one had their own individual gift to bring to the craft. Mm-hmm. Each one had their own individual style to bring to the craft. Yeah. So you learned something different from each one of them. Yeah. And you did not compare them to each other. Huh. You appreciated them for who they were and what they were.
Yeah. Now you are definitely the lead vocalist. Is there a difference for you to be like a backup singer or a lead vocalist? Is it a different game?
Yeah. The difference is it's harder to be a backup singer. It's easier to be a lead vocalist because a lead vocalist always stands out. Mm-hmm. When you go into the studio and you walk in and there's two other people that you've never seen before, and that producer says, I want you to sing this note and you to sing that note and you to sing this note. But now you have to sound like one voice on three notes. Yeah. Not three different voices singing three different notes. That's what the blend is about. Mm-hmm. So yes, it is. It's a much more difficult job than people realize. Yeah. It is a real craft, and you have to work at it, and you become good at it. Yeah. You can sing anything you want when you're a lead singer, and you can sound any kind of way. But when you're asked to produce a certain sound for somebody, then you have to put those listening ears on and go to work.
Talking about a blend, you have a great band here.
Yeah.
How did you meet these people?
When I first came to Holland, I went to an open mic at a place called Billy's Bar, which is now closed. And I got so lost trying to get there that by the time I got there weren't a whole lot of musicians there, but they let me sing. And one of the musicians who was there was Wout, the drummer. Mm-hmm. And I was approaching everybody like, "Hey, I'm new to Holland, and I want to do this, and I'd like." And they all said, "Okay, we'll give you our number." And they all walked out. Mm-hmm. Nobody gave me their number except for him.
Good one, Wout. Ja, goed gedaan, man.
That's the truth. And he in turn introduced me to Ziggy and to Ferial. Kim, I met him in a different way. It was before I had met Wout, and it was one of those nights I was walking through Amsterdam. I didn't know anybody, and I went into a little cafe to have a glass of wine, and I had the droopy face, and there was a lady there, and she said, I told her I was a singer and I couldn't seem to meet anybody. She said, "Well, there's this wonderful piano player at the Amstel Hotel." And so I went and I heard him, and that's how I met Kim.
And now you're here, and we're very happy that you're here. And I invite you to go back to the lead vocal mic. And it was great talking to you. And I'm sure we'll talk very soon again in our show. But then about all those adventures when we were back in the studio.
Okay, and thank you so much for having us.
Of course, you're more than welcome. Christine Wiltshire gaat weer voor ons optreden met Ziggy en Wout en Ferial en Kim. En ze gaan 2 stukken nog doen. Zometeen het prachtige My Funny Valentine. Maar om te beginnen, Night and Day. Graag nog een keer uw applaus voor Jazz Action featuring Christine Wiltshire.
Thank you so much.
Night and day, you are the one. To me or far, it doesn't matter where you are. I think of you night and day, day and night. Ooh, why is it so that this longing for you follows me wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, or the silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day. Night and day, under the heart of me, there's oh such a burning, yearning, churning inside of me. And this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you. Night and day. make me smile with all my heart. Your lips are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than great? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, you see you're so smart. You're so smart. Don't change, no, no, not a hair for me. Not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, won't you stay? Each day is Valentine's Day. Is your figure less than great? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open up to speak, you see you're so smart. You're so smart. Don't change, not a hair for me. Not even if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, baby, just stay. Each day is Valentine's Day.
Saxofoon Ziggy, Zaagsma, drums Wout, Schut, bas Ferial, Karamat, piano Thuita en op vocals Christine Wiltshire. Dit waren Jazz Action met Christine Wiltshire als speciale gast.